What's up, guys? SeaOtterGamer here, bringing you some more Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So this game I'm getting quite addicted to. It's a lot of fun, so expect to see a little bit more of this on my channel. So today I want to talk about movement, which is a huge thing in this game, and one of the things that I believe Sledgehammer did very, very well with this. So the movement in this game is all due to this exosuit that you wear, which is kind of like a backbone type thing that allows you to do all sorts of fun little things like that, and like this as well as like lift really heavy objects and all sorts of really neat and nifty things. So the movement in this game makes it very, very, very fast paced, and also drives the time to kill very low, because in order to adapt to the movement they made the time to kill fairly short. So there are a few different things that you can do, as you can see here. I am playing on the map Retreat, by the way, because there's all sorts of fun vertical things that you can climb up and check out as well. It's a pretty nice map, but that's beside the point. The first thing I want to say is there are several things that you've seen in all of the Call of Duties. One is sprinting, as you're seeing now. Another one is sliding, which in order to slide you just hit crouch while you are sprinting. Pretty normal stuff. It's a knee slide, kind of like what you saw in Ghosts. So, which I don't think is too bad of a thing. I kind of like it. Now, you can't shoot while you're doing that unless you have a special perk, which we'll talk about a little bit later. The next thing I want to talk about is dodging, and that was it right there. I'm going to do it again here, and dodge left. And what that does is it allows you to go left. Oh, that was right. It allows you to go left or right or even backwards. Come on. There we go. But not forward. You can see I can't do it. Now, how you execute that is you double tap a direction, and it'll let you do it. It'll let you do that in midair as well, which is kind of nice. So you can't go forward with it though, but you can slide forward. And the second thing you can do is air dash forward, which looks like this. Now you can air dash after one jump, you can air dash after two jumps as well, and that allows you to kind of go through the map quite a bit quicker, as you can imagine. So one thing I did want to say is with all of these is that you can't fire when you're doing a lot of these. So that one, you're going left and right, you can kind of fire a little bit afterwards, but there's a short delay, which means you are pretty vulnerable when you're doing these, so take that into account as well. So we have air dashing. We can chain that with other stuff as well, so we can air dash and then go left. And oh, this is my one-shot gun here with the scope. So I'll switch back to these. Now the second thing, which you saw earlier, is you can boost jump or double jump in this game. So this allows you to reach higher things, as you would imagine, but the drawback is you kind of float and glide in midair slightly, which makes you a pretty big target. So there's actually a medal for killing someone in the air called Skeet Shooter, which is like shooting clay pigeons out of the air. So it makes you kind of vulnerable. So to counteract that, you can boost. You can boost down a little bit, like so. And the other thing you can do is you can do a slam, which looks like this. Now, a slam will kill your enemy if you hit them directly on. If you do not hit them directly on, it will do AoE damage. So if you shoot them a few times and then slam into them, which that was a horrible, nah, I can't do it. There we go. And then slam into them, you can kill them that way. If you have a friend shooting them, you can kill them. All sorts of good stuff. That's a pretty new one. You can't slam off of a single jump. It won't let you. But you have to be pretty high up in order to do it. So you can chain these all together if you want. So that was a double jump to a sprint to a slam. So, which is pretty nice. But that brings me into my next point here, which is cooldowns. Now, there's two different types of cooldowns. The first one is how much time you have to wait in between all of these moves. And that time is roughly half a second. So I can sprint, and I can do two of those, but as you saw, I had to kind of wait slightly. You can see it a little bit more when you go left and right. So There's about half a second, which makes it so that you can't juke and jive your enemy a little bit. So, but there's a lot of cool stuff you can do. Like you can go cha and then boost out that way if you want. So the second type of cooldown is how long it takes to recharge these powers. So you get 2 charges, so you can dash twice, and then as you can see, I can't do it. You get that clicking sound saying it's not ready yet. So in order to recharge that, it takes about approximately 3 seconds. So that does not include air time. So 3 seconds of on the floor time like this. So that does not count. So now you can, like I said, chain those all together. You get 2. So that means if you use both of them, you have to wait 6 seconds before you can use both of them again, or 3 seconds to get to the first one. Which means you kind of have to use these slightly sparingly, which goes well with don't do this everywhere because you'll get shot and die. Because it's kind of like sprinting, where you have to like wait to bring your gun up. You have to wait extra long to bring your gun up after an exo ability. So another thing to note is that double jumping as well as sliding do not use a charge, which is pretty nice. So as you can see there, I slid and then I did that twice. Oh, that was a bad example, but you saw it earlier. You do that, and then we'll do this, and we'll do that. See? So it did not use a charge, and you can also double jump and then do... Oh, I didn't know you can get up there. Ooh, you learn new things every day. So, oh, I guess there's a ladder there. Doy. Anyways, so the next thing I want to talk about is there are 2 different perks and 1 exo ability that will change this. Now, the first one is the Gung Ho perk, which is a tier 2 perk, and this allows you to fire while you are sprinting or while you are sliding. So I can imagine this will be very useful for people who like to run and gun, so they can slide and kill their enemies. As you can see, I can't shoot while I'm sliding here. So that is a pretty nice one. The second one is Blast, a tier 3 perk. Now, when you use an exo ability like one of these, it will ping you on the minimap, and your opponents will somewhat slightly know where you are. It makes this kind of circle blip appear. It doesn't kind of show them exactly where you are, but a general area where you are. So if you're being stealthy and you like using these moves, because why not, then you probably want to use Blast Suppressor so that you're not showing up on the minimap whenever you use one of these. So, and finally, there is 1 exo ability, which is Exo Hover. What this allows you to do is hover for a short duration. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to show you right here. You ready? And hover. So as you can see, I just kind of floated in midair for a little bit, and you do kind of float slightly slowly, so you're kind of an open target. I'm not quite sure exactly where this will be useful. Maybe there's some big gaps or something you can go over with this that you couldn't before. So, but that is the exo ability. Now there's 1 or 2 other things I want to talk about, and the first is glass. So as you can see, if you're too far away, you can't burst through glass, but if you're close up, you can, and you can also slide through it as well. So that's a good way to get through that. It does make some noise. The other one is that, as you would expect, the slam does break glass as well, so you can go through that way. And then the final thing I want to say is kind of a cautionary tale. This is a lot of fun, but you are somewhat exposed when you use all of these. So part of this is mastering how to use it, and part of it is mastering when to use it. You don't want to use it all the time, or else you're going to get gunned down pretty much all of the time. So what you want to do is use this sparingly and use it kind of to get around, maybe when you know enemies aren't there, or to go left and right and really mess with them. This one messes with them a lot. I don't have much more to say, and my match is about to end. So definitely give this a shot. Give this game a shot if you haven't already. It is a blast. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video.